how do we get the author information here? If you can see from our database here, we don't have anything to do with the author name, author number, author ID. We don't have this one. So maybe you have to go back to this API again by clicking on this one, scroll down a little bit, how to use, then this is their resources. Let's go and see how we can get the users. Okay, the user can be get from here. Click on users API. When you click on user, it needs only the ID. That means we can get everything we want here by getting their ID. So how many users are there? There are 10. Okay, so when we pass the user ID, we can get information for the person, whatever. So they are here. So that means if I go after the end here, then I pass Ctrl R. Okay, user at the end here by passing 1 like this and press enter. I'm likely going to get the information of the one person, the name of that person, the name, the email, and then the address and something like that. So let's see how we can put this into practical. First of all, they will give us their API here, users. Good. Next, let's see user up to 10. Next, let's see how do we get more users. We get 10 users, we get 5,000 photos, we get 100 posts. Okay, this is what they just give. Okay, let's take their API also. Take this API with you. Same situation we are going to do, but slight thing we need to pass. So if you go here in our single page, you can see there is something unique there. That's the user ID. Where is it? In our post. Console log this one here to say CLG. Press enter, type here posts like this. Then let's see what's coming from there. So you can see you have user number. Okay, we are getting user number. If you see even here, there is user ID. We are getting them. If I scroll down, scroll up, I'm getting everything. So how do we go and implement this one? So we have our author zone here. So let's go and create a component called author, so that we can transform the data for the author there. Let's go and create here author. Let's create this one by folder yeah. Make this one author like this / author dot JSX. Then run this command RACE like this, and let's type here author component. Let's see. Now we will just import this author component inside our single page, and then we can render this one here. So let's see author like this, and even propose to be imported from top there. So if viewers cannot make import, to go on top here, make import author from component / author. So let's see in real life, are we getting it or not? So here we are getting author component. That's what we are getting here. So let's put it side by side. Okay, side by side. So we are getting the author component here. So what we are up to is we want to put the information of the author there. Control B to do this one. Control B. That means I will just come back here. I have to pass something here. That's the user ID, which is coming from our console log here. Where is it? Console log post. Okay, let's log it again. CLG posts like this. Enter, and then we save. To pull for us the data now. You see. So what we want is user ID so that we can know who is that person. So that means here we are going to pass, this one has a prop, we're going to pass user ID like this is equal to what are we doing? It's going to be post dot user ID. Okay, why it is post dot user ID? Because we are fetching everything. Post dot title, we get the title. Post dot body, we get the body of the text. Dot user ID, we get user ID. So now this one is passed here has a child, right? Because post, single post is a parent, this one component here become a child, so we pass the data to child. So how do we access it? Inside this one we are going to destructure this one. It's going to be user ID. Now I get user ID here. So now we want to go and send that user ID to database so that it can search for me the user. We are going to search this user here based on their ID number. If I go to source slash, I pass the user ID, assume the user ID is 2, press enter. I'm expecting to get this data, which is the ID number, phone number 2, and then ABCD, the name is Ervin Howell, the place where the person, the email, everything, so that we can come and post here. First of all, we are going to have the picture of the user here, but even if it doesn't contain picture, we want to just make it good, the picture, and then followed by the name. Let's see, the name, user, okay, username first of all, maybe you can put the name so that it can be complete, then the address, phone number, website, whatever. This one are not that common, so let's first of all format this one. Let's go down to the author component. So within our author component, let's pass this side so that I can check my code from here. No, my code must be at the left. Okay, like this. So here I will first do two things. Okay, that means I will have another div here. This div will help us have one is taking picture, taking information. So I will first have another div here. I will multiply this by 2 to get these two div. The first one will help us take the photo. This will take photo, and then the second one will be user detail. I can type here just user detail. When I save this like this, I will have something like this here, photo and the user detail. User detail is supposed to be not like this. User detail, it has to be between the two tags here. So if I do like this, and then I have to remove the word detail here out, so I have to have this one, but they must be at least separated. So that means here this will be the parent component for two of them. Here I can just make it flex to make it go into the row, flex, then I will make sure everything is center and straightforward. I can use item center, then after I center everything, maybe I can, if I want to give a space between, I'll just say GB justify between like this. You can separate them, one will go at the end there, but this is what I don't want, so let them just be very close each other. Then here we'll put photo, we'll see whether we'll get small picture. Let's first get the image tag here, image, make sure it's coming from next image, this second option, so that I can import at the top. It must contain the src, which stands for source, going to be / images / it's crashed because we mentioned image there. Then there's going to be post dot jpg, then it must contain an alternative. If there is no image, we'll call this one just author. Then next, it must contain options like the width property. The width should be this time I will make it small, let it be 10, and then the height also should be 10. I don't want this picture to be big. So now if I save like this, everything will come back to its normality. That this one is the first procedure. Let's see it's loading. Okay, image pose is missing a required property. So we have image width is 10, height is 10. I think there is nothing here. Post.jpg. Let's see the image one more. It's coming from public. Make sure you are in public, this one, then images / then post.jpg. Post. Okay, let's see. Then here control B. Let's see, width is 10, height is 10. Is it the problem? Let's make it 100, and then here's 100. Save. Let's first of all check here, image source, alternative, width, height. I think that's all the requirement we want. So the image is coming there. See, the image is here. First of all, we want to make it a little bit smaller. 100 is big. Let's make it 50. Let's return it back to 50, and here also we are going to make it 50. Remove 10 out, save this one. So you can see it's very small there. Let's try to make this image round, okay, because it's going to be for the altar. So let's make it cn class name like this. Make this image round. Just type dot here, rounded dash full is 100%. If you do like this, you expected to see the image very round. And then yeah, next I want to push the what here user detail a little bit from it. So within this CSS I can say margin at the right side. Margin right means is space outside but to the right. So let this one be 4. I do like this. Yeah, I can have that one. Then next I will come back here to the place of user. First of all, in the place of user I will have 2 things. Okay, one will be maybe the h1, which will say something like author, and then down here will be the name of the person who authored the news, who publish. Let the name be like Alison J, something like this. And then we need what time. Okay, instead of saying author there, let's say the name, time. I think the time is very important. We need to get the time down here. Okay, let me not say author, let's just say here. Anyway, we are going to do one more stuff. The name, okay, time. I'm going to do this one. Inside this one I will have another div. Do this like this, one div like this, pass this one there. Then next pull the same div like this, press on shift alt and then arrow down. Here will be time like this. Then we can be able to say something like maybe 20th dash February, comma, I don't know, 2024, something like this. Then the next thing we can see here, this one are just one. Let's try to flex it by going here, flex the two, flex item should be center, then save it like this, and then to give margin to the left, it's going to be ML margin left or 8. Let's see. No margin. This one will be done here. The second one here, this one, because we want to separate this from the other one. So margin right or 8. Let's see. Yeah. Now we can know who's the author, this one, and then the time is here coming. So now how do we get the author from the website there? The same situation, we will come first up here and say okay, we shall have a constant, okay, which is our API. It's going to be get author. Just name it something that can make sense. It's going to be an async function. Master this one is coming easy already. Then async function is going to return this block of code. The first thing we're going to have a response from the API. The response will be await. Okay, await. Then we can pass the function, the pre-built function, which is the fetch function, JavaScript. Then we'll pass what the URL of the user we are going to fetch from. After, we're going to check if there is no response and it is not okay. So what am I going to do? I just want to throw new error. This error is written like this. Then in that error I have to specify sorry, okay, sorry, user or OTA not found, OTA not found, like this. Pass this error. If everything goes well, then I have to return the response we are getting dot JSON, and then I will do like this. Now I have my function here. It need to be called just using our OTA here. So I'll come here and say, okay, inside my OTA I will first change this one into an async so that it can make an await function call. So here I can say, okay, const, I'll call this one OTA again, OTA, and then it's going to be await. I will call this function here, get OTA. I'll pass the get OTA here, and then inside here, if I want to fetch it by, then I will also first of log this one, .clg. I'm going to, okay, if it failed, delay me. I'll have console dot log. Almost have option. I'll log the OTA. I want to see what kind of data am I getting from the OTA. So now we first of all need to what, pass the data here to our fetch. So that data is coming from this API here, the API. Remove the two out. We are fetching everything. Then we'll make the difference with the ID of the user that we are going to pass. So here we'll pass first of all this one like this. Pass it inside, no, inside backtick, because I want to pass the variable inside backtick is like this. Yeah, pass it like this. Then next here I'm going to pass forward slash dollar symbol forward slash. I want to pass what, the user ID. But where am I going to get user ID from? The user ID must be get from this component, because I pass it here as a child. Then I destructure it here. So I'll first pass this one inside our get function. Now our get function here will automatically fill with that ID. So this ID I will pass it through the parameter here, this ID. Then this ID I will later pass it into my API. Now from my API I can now get everything back here and try to fill. So the user ID is coming from page here, post.id, and if you remember, if you check here, the user ID number here is corresponding to 10. So we are expecting to see that one there. Now we are here in the OTA. So let's see, are we getting something or not? Let's load our application. So we're still here, back here to loading. We are getting everything, no error. Let's go back this side, bring the code here. Let's now see, are we getting data or not? Yes, you can see here I'm getting a user data. The person called Clementina Uget. So how do I go and fetch the data there? I will first pass the name to the place of OTA. If you want the username, you can pass the username, and then the email, everything. So we are interested first of all for the name. Let's go here. We need the OTA place. We need to pass the name. So what was the name? Here it's called name. Yes, okay. I'm going to say, okay, here we are getting OTA. I'm going to say OTA.name in order to get the name of this person here. This name like this. I can just say OTA dot name like this, and then close this one back. That's the first thing. It crashed because we did not finish typing it. And then the next thing will be passing number 100. Oh, you see Clementina, have you seen? Now we get this one as Clementina. Next, let's go and filter this data again and see what are we getting next. We need the email of the person? No. Even the geographical location, the longitude, the latitude given, the phone number, the city, we don't need those one. The address we don't want. Phone number is not important. Company, we need a time. The time is not mentioned there. Okay, so we are ending here. We will not fetch other type of data. In case if you want to put even the username, no issue. Take this one, just a username. Go here where we have assuming you want to put double name here of the person. Okay, just put P, type P. Okay, type it manually. Okay, put this like this and then close it back. Make it author dot username. Save. Now you will see the other name of the person, Maria what. Then the next year the time is not mentioned, otherwise we could have fetch the time there. So we are going to leave it like until we put our real data. Now let's go back. You can see that I'm not interested in the second name, but for you guys as a practical, you guys just pull all the data and then later you will delete them. So let's go and see whether it's dynamic or it's just lying to us. Now we get this person is number 100. Let's get back, go back to block. Let's try to read more who will be in number 1 here. Press read here, that person. You see this was called Lian Graham, who authored this one. But remember, JSON, this is not a language, okay? It's just a text to help you build your content when you don't have the real content. After, you will just change them to what you want. Then next, let's see, click on number 3 here. Let's say here block is 3 and then the person is correspond also to the same author. And let's go to number randomly, just maybe here, click this. Yes, number 23 is Clementine Boch. And then when we go back, scroll down up to here, number 99 is corresponding to this one. Like if you go here also, number 99, just /99 to make comparison. We'll see who is the person. Number 99 doesn't exist. It's only 1 to 10. Okay, let's say number 8, 9 will be 9. Press enter. You see something like this. Okay, let's go to 9 now. This is AI. Go to 9. After reaching 9 here, this is 3, 6, 9 is likely to be this. Click on this one, read more. So we get this one, and then go back, click this one, we'll get Ervan. The French is Ervan. Well, if you go back randomly, it will get. So that means in our application, okay, the one, see, it's getting different authors, which is good. That means here these numbers here, IDs are repeated, okay, they are repeated in our posts. You see here posts like this. Remove this, press enter. You see the user ID is being repeated. You see this one here is having the same user ID 11. That means number 2, the person who wrote it is likely to be the same. Let's keep this one back. Go to block. Inside block, which one is number 1 and number 2? They have one author. Let's go. Number 1 is having Lian Graham. Good. Let's see number 2 is having the same Lian Graham. Why? You can see here they were having the same user ID. Okay, so this is the first thing, guys, how you can play with the external data by using the API. You see, are you all there? Emmanuel Morin. You see, you can even go and fetch everything just by the same what procedure I'm doing. You see, we can fetch the data, we can fetch to-dos, we can fetch photo. We fetch photo before, even albums even. Let's click on albums. What are we getting? If you go there, you can see the album have nothing, just having the ID and then the title, and then there's nothing even in the album there. But for the photo, we were getting photos before. You can get this photo here by going to /testing. I have demonstrated how this one can be get before. Testing. See, we're getting these pictures before in the morning when we I show you guys how to fix the errors of using external image using our application. So let me hope everyone is okay, or someone wanna ask question. Let's make this video number 2. Stop, this one should be